Welcome back to Digimon World 3. We are at part 37, which is the story finale. We are in for a beefer today. This is a 47-minute video.
Can we go home?
I apologize for the length, but there's a lot of shit we gotta do. Just a spoiler alert, this is not our first recording session for this video.
What?
We had a few issues, and we have to redo the whole thing, so... If
you're members of our Discord, you would have already gotten the notice that this is late.
Yes. If you are part of our Discord, you already know this. So if we sound unsurprised at things, that's why.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I'm already not going to sound surprised because I'm the one playing this. Anyway, we're going to the Gunslinger, which is the very thing that Lord Megadeath was telling us to go to. So to explain the Gunslinger, we have a bunch of warp pads. There's red, green, and blue ones. The green ones take us to other green ones. The blue ones take us to red ones. And the red ones are one way that you can't actually go on. They're just the destination for the blue pads. You have to basically traverse this maze of teleport pads, which is pretty much the same as the ones from the Pokemon games, if you've ever done those. And you have to go to these terminals that are going to get rid of these blocks that are in the way on the main path that you teleport back to with the blue pads. And as we remove those blocks, we'll be able to make it to the next area. Oh, this is Metalseedramon, except he's black this time.
What?
He's not from Burger King.
I love how they never put the little symbol that's supposed to be on Lord Greymon's shield on his back.
Yeah, I don't know why. They never do. It's not there.
What?
It's just a weird looking hexagon or pentagon split in half. Probably a pentagon. Yeah, it looks like a pentagon.
That's a pentagon.
Yeah.
That has 5 sides.
Yep.
Shit.
Anyway, so I didn't mention I decided to take Agumon, Monmon, and Vmon with us for the final battles here. Agumon has just been a great asset to the team. His Black War Greymon Digivolution has done a hell of a good job. Monmon I didn't really use a whole lot on screen, but off screen during grinding sessions he came out to be really, really good. And his Mega Cannondramon is actually pretty strong, so he's going to be our dark horse addition to our team for the last battles here. And Vmon has been like my signature go-to Digimon this entire game. I do have access to Imperialdramon fighter mode with him, so he's going to be doing some good damage as well. That's one of the terminals that we had to find, and that moved one of the blocks for us.
You know, you call Monmon like a dark horse, but I don't think many people even really care about him.
Well, that's why he's a dark horse. Dark horses are usually like unexpected but effective things, we'll say.
Like, Dino Human is in Digimon World Dusk and Dawn, but I don't think Monmon himself is.
Wait a minute, Monmon turns into Dino Human and Digimon in like later Digimon games? Because that's Kodamon's Digivolution normally.
Some of the Digimon like kind of like they flip their fucking Digivolutions all the time, because fucking in that game Black Agumon could turn into Skull Greymon.
I think that's the reason why Digimon confuses me, is the fact that different Digimon can turn into different Digivolutions, and they'll just like switch around who gets to turn into what. So like you'll oftentimes have Digimon that can turn into the same thing as each other at the end. It's like, it's weird. Anyway, let me just say this one thing real quick. So whenever we get to a certain point on the path, we have to fight these guards, and they have Infirmon and they have Apoclymon, and that's basic. So that's basically it. You basically have to fight them like a couple of times, and yeah. I just wanted to say that. Go ahead.
Like, Dusk bothers me because it's like, Koromon and Bodemon are actually separated. Like, they don't share the same Digivolution path. There's only one in training, so there's no like two versions of it like there is in the usual Digimon. So like Koromon, I believe, turns into Agumon. I mean, it would make sense. But for some reason, Bodamon turns into Black Agumon.
Huh.
Weird.
Actually, now that I think about it, I was always so like my knowledge of Digimon tapers off after like the early 2000s stuff like this. So I never knew that there was actually a thing before Rookie.
Yeah, there's two. There's In Training 1 and 2, and then it goes Rookie, Champion, Ultimate, and Mega.
Yeah.
Koromon and Bodamon. Bodamon is the form before Koromon, and Koromon is the form before Agumon.
They do that.
Not imagine if
the first anime. I remember they have them revert back at one point.
I could not imagine if Pokemon had like fucking 6 levels of evolution for their evolutionary families. And it doesn't help that Digimon also, when you get to the Mega level, like there's actually Digimon that are like higher tier Megas than ones below them, but they're still Megas because it doesn't go above.
Oh yeah, there's like the burst.
Just like like with Vmon, you have Imperialdramon Dragon mode, and then Fighter mode, and then Paladin mode. They're all Megas, but each one that I named is better than the last one.
And then there's
also like the Royal Knights are all stronger than anything
like
around them.
Gallantmon, Crusadermon, fucking Omnimon, Alphamon.
Omnimon.
Alphamon is badass. I like Alphamon's design. But there's like 6 billion versions of fucking Omnimon. I don't know why they're so.
That's because he's Omni.
Yeah, he's omnipresent.
He is everywhere.
From what I can tell, going back to the Mon thing, Mon is an NPC in Digimon World Dawn and Dusk at the Digi-Coliseum. He's not a playable character.
Yeah, you can't use him.
He's in Digimon Soul Chaser?
The fuck is Digimon Soul Chaser?
I don't know. I'm gonna look that up. But that's like well, Digimon Heroes, he's a card. But then, yeah, Digimon Soul Chaser is like the only other game Mon's in.
Well, I mean, I think those are some of the last games they're in too, because Mon and Dino Human, I don't think are in Cyber Sleuth at all.
No.
Oh yeah, and Fermon is also a wild encounter or random encounter in here. Wild. I'm so used to. It's a monster raising game. I'm gonna default to Pokemon terms, and I know that that's not right, but.
Digimon Soul Chaser is a smartphone game from South Korea.
Ew.
Oh jeez.
I don't want no mobile games.
So basically, it is like those stupid mobile Kingdom Hearts games where they have some stuff that ties into like the main stuff, but you're never gonna touch it because it's a weird, obscure mobile game. Cool.
Oh yeah, that reminds me that Paladin mode is in Cyber Sleuth, and good lord, if you're not ready for him, he's gonna spank your whole team.
If you happen to be enough of a Digimon fan who has stumbled upon this video and you have also played the mobile game Soul Chaser, let us know in the comments below.
Oh Jesus.
I mean, it looks like it's like pretty much Korea only, so
yeah.
I don't know how much of the intersection there is there.
Who knows? I do
I'm
like the
more
music
curious
for the
about
Gunslinger. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm kind of more curious what direction Digimon's going to go in from now on, because like Cyber Sleuth was the audience shift, because technically Next Order is a little bit more like friendly than Cyber Sleuth is, but Next Order can still be kind of dark.
Oh hey, it's this guy again. He has the same shit as before, so I'm not going to show him.
It's a mobile suit.
It does kind of.
I think I read an interview where they plan on having sort of 3 branches to the like Digimon styles of game, where Digimon World games, and then Digimon Story games, and then if Digimon Survive does well when that eventually comes out, it'll be like a third branch.
Survive looks like a strategy RPG.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Venomyotismon is also here.
Oh, hi there.
We fought you as a boss earlier.
Demoted already.
Oh yeah, Digimon World 3, I don't know if you've been here that much, Justin, but that does that a lot. You'll have like a leader, or yeah, you'll have like a leader or other major tamer battle that uses a Digimon, and then like the next area you go to, or the one after that, you immediately start fighting that thing as a random encounter. And this guy should be our last terminal.
I'm not 100% sure, but it's like, I'm glad Cyber Sleuth stopped the abuse of my boy Tyrannomon, because I think this game only goes as far as Metal Tyrannomon, right?
Goes, yeah, there's Master Tyrannomon and Metal Tyrannomon.
Unless
are the only other ones.
Unless I'm missing
that and Black Tyrannomon.
Unless I'm missing like a game or two, Rust Tyrannomon does not get introduced until Cyber Sleuth.
Jeez.
Like, that's his Mega, but they don't give him his Mega until that game.
So in other words, they didn't come up with his Mega for many years.
Poor dinosaur.
Anyway, this is the next spot we need to go to. And, there's an earthquake, question mark, because, well, we can't really say it's an earthquake because we're in space.
How is there an earthquake?
Who's shaking space?
Rust Tyrannomon
Exactly.
was first introduced in Digimon World Digitized Decoded. Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Redigitized?
Yeah, I played that one,
Yeah.
but I didn't get the Tyrannomon line.
Cutscene!
Okay, well, that's still not very, like, that's still a while after this game.
You guys like seeing things transform?
Well, I do watch Transformers.
Oh.
It's getting ready to shoot a laser. Hey, you don't have to tell me twice.
I love how they let you walk just far enough so that another cutscene stops you.
Sorry.
Who keeps shaking this thing?
Well, if it's
I'm a
any
little
indication,
hungry, so
probably
this
the
might
thing
be
we're
my
about to
tummy.
fight.
Oh.
And random
Same.
boss fight with Armageddon.
Huh.
Yeah, they just kind of shove him in here, just out of nowhere. They're like, oh yeah, Armageddon exists.
You know,
And
there's one thing I can appreciate.
There's fans of that guy.
You know, there's one thing I can appreciate about the newer Digimon games is that the older Digimon games kind of fuck all the Digivolutions because it's like, I guess it's because of limitations and they don't, maybe it's like not enough data for all the Digimon. But it's like with Imperialdramon here, it's like, he's not a fusion, he's just like, the next line up. It's not, you don't fuse anything to make him, he just Digivolves.
Yeah, I was gonna say the closest you get to certain fusions is some of the blast or the DNA digivolutions when you swap over to something else. But there's only like a couple that really stand out, and they're not usually that useful anyway after a certain point. So yeah, they kind of drop the ball with that.
Also, something funny is that I guess even the Digimon games, nobody likes Frontier. Because Agunimon is in, obviously he's in this game. He's also in Next Order, but that's his only form. Because I don't remember what he Digivolves into, but it's definitely not like, whatever he's...
Like the Goonies.
Gooniesmon.
Is it Goonim? Wait, is he a champion or an ultimate? I can't remember.
Agunimon is a champion.
Okay, yeah, his ult...
Because there's the fucking what's the beast things?
Yeah, the
I
Gooniesmon.
can't remember.
Gooniesmon.
There's a Goonimon. There's because when they did Digimon Frontier, there was the human-shaped Digivolution. There was the Beast one, which was actually the ultimate.
Yeah.
And then the Mega is the fusion of the two, which in Agunimon's case was Aldamon. And then there was also a version of that same like line that wasn't something they had access to, but was like the Digimon that gave them their power. And in his case, it was Ancient Greymon, and Ancient Greymon's also in this game. Both of those guys, though, plus what is it, Kendo Garurumon or something? One of the ones from the white line, from the light guy.
Yeah.
His Digivolution line. They're only through DNA Digivolution. Anyway, we just killed Armageddon, so let's go talk to Lord Megadeath. I still can't get over this name.
Dave Mustaine
Lord-
is falling on hard times.
Lord
Lord
Megadeath.
So when's the next album?
Apparently, he wants to rule all humans.
But I just want to destroy
Don't-
all humans.
Ooh.
Don't you know that Slayer is better?
Oh, well, I mean, I like Slayer too, but still, I like the end game.
Man, that's a missed opportunity. He's trying to create Snatchmon using the Vemmon, but he should have made Slayermon.
I mean, they already have other Digimon that sound like Catastrophe, just like fucking Armageddon-mon and Apocalypse-mon.
Oh.
Oh. Time to fight. But,
So, Lord Megadeath, hold on. Lord Megadeath has 3 Digimon. They are all apparently only originally found in this game. There's Fujinmon, which is wind-based. There's Suijinmon, which
Sewage-based.
it sounds like it should be water-based.
Sewage
'cause,
based.
but it is he actually uses like missiles and basically like explosive damage based stuff. And then there's Raijinmon, which is his best Digimon, and that has both lightning and water elemental attacks. Honestly, Fujinmon is just kind of standard. He's kind of strong, but he shouldn't be too bad. The real tough guy in this fight is going to be Suijinmon, because his explosive missiles, he can hit you 4 times, and it does a shit ton of damage if more than 2 of them hit. Anyway, you can go on, Justin.
well, no, but earlier I said I wasn't 100% sure if like Digimon was gonna stay on this track of like staying with the adults now, but it's like, I guess unless the kiddies like beg for forgiveness for their sinful non-consumer ways, I think Digimon series is probably gonna stay like more mature now, because like Cyber Sleuth was like the darkest Digimon story game. Next Order is a little bit lighter, but I wouldn't exactly call it like kid friendly. And then Survive is like, it looks like it's gonna be a bloodbath, because the way they advertise it in the trailer make it sound like this is like some SMT like level shit.
Hell yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, it sounds like Digimon is like gonna be sticking with the adults now, and every one of their games is gonna be a bit, more inaccessible to children.
I forgot to mention Imperialdramon Fighter Mode. He's kind of a low skill level for one of my Digivolutions, so he only has access to Heaven Hit on his own, which is like basically the strongest physical lightning elemental attack. So I have him loading some text from Imperialdramon, including Mega Heal he's borrowing so that he can stay in the fight. He's got Mechanical Bash and whatever the other one is, because I don't really need to use that one at all. But yeah, just this guy kind of bring just whatever your best stuff is, because this is why I have the 3 that I picked, because these guys take a lot of damage in order to kill. Like, I think they all have just as much or more HP than my Digimon that I have going into this.
Oh.
Like, finally we finished off Fujinmon. That's just the first guy.
Yeah, this is like,
This is Suijinmon. He's like he's got like 4 legs for some reason. And look at these giant fucking cannons on his back. Or shoulders.
yeah. He's like a centaur with guns.
Snowstorm. Basically. I mean, isn't everything in Digimon, when it gets down to it, the big guys are all just whatever it is plus guns?
Well, most of the Royal Knights have melee weapons, except for like Omnimon. Because like Galactic just has like a spear that shoots.
Oh, hey guys, you want to see a cool Blastage evolution? JK,
Wait
it's
a
just
second.
Black War Greymon again.
Yeah, it's just this.
But we do have
okay.
access to Terra Destroyer this time.
Well, also, I never mentioned this before. I feel like a dipshit because of it. Terra Destroyer is legit. Like, I think I said that its name was wrong. No, that's the variation of it because War Greymon has Terra Force. If I remember in the anime, his version of it actually was Terra Destroyer.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because Terra Force is supposed to be absorbing the energy from, I think, the Earth, whereas Black War
Terra
Greymon
Force is just the Spirit Bomb.
Yeah, Black War Greymon was supposed to be evil, so a Terra Destroyer would make sense.
It's Revenge Death Ball.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
It's just Goku versus Frieza.
Well, in that case, it's
Well, no,
it's more
I
like
was saying Revenge Death Ball, so it's more like Super Baby too.
the Tuffles.
Oh.
That's the Tuffles.
It's just Goku versus Frieza.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
everything's Frieza.
Thankfully, Blastage evolutions, even if they're of things that we already have, are incredibly strong because their signature move does so much fucking damage.
Yeah,
Raigenmon, like I said, is, despite being the last Digimon to face, not the hardest in my opinion. I still think Suijimon's the worst, so it's just a matter of taking this guy out, although he has a lot of HP.
what you call it? Blast Evolution technically comes back in Next Order, just in a different form. It's called I think it's Extra Cross Evolution, and basically if you can get like your bond up with both your Digimon and then like have enough order points for it, they basically fuse into like a random fusion Digimon, which is like OP as fuck.
Also, we talked about this in our original recording, but we didn't really mention it yet, but can we just admire the fact that all of these fights on the last dungeon take place in space? Not just in space, but literally the battle screen is just like these weird like energy tiles on top of just plain space.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Imperialdramon can fly, so he doesn't really need to be standing on anything.
But
Yeah,
it
it'd
makes
be
you wonder, how are we alive?
Well, this is a digital
It's
world.
fine.
Actually, that's actually how they explain why the tamers are not affected by like exhaustion or anything like that.
Is it? Because I'm pretty sure the Gunslinger is in the real world, because it's outside of Earth, and it's attempting, because the whole plot of this part of the game is the Gunslinger, he wants to use it on the Earth, which would mean we are in the real world right now.
Well, here's the thing. How many times have Digimon like done some weird hibbity jibbities where like the digital world was like half fused with the real world? So it's
Could be something like that they just didn't really fully explain. I mean, they kind of rushed the ending of this game if you didn't notice, because like out of nowhere we go from fighting Megami and the AOA, this terrorist organization that's trying to control Digimon Online, to fighting some weird dude from out of nowhere that wants to blow up the Earth or something, like control the Earth. Human?
Well,
this game's fucking weird, man.
as someone who's like well versed in the Digimon lore, I'm willing to like, you know, fucking excuse what's happening for the simple fact that that's probably is what's happening. The real world is fusing with the digital world.
Yeah, probably.
Because that's happened before. Oh,
Alright, we beat him. We're back in the control room.
do we win forever?
Yeah, we're done. That's it. Game over.
You still think you're all that?
Time to end the video.
All that.
Oh god, I haven't watched that in a long time.
He doesn't seem very phased by this defeat.
It's probably because he's not
It's
defeated.
probably because he's a robot.
Robot.
Anyway, so make sure to heal up here, because if you haven't done so, been keeping up with healing between battles, this next part is going to be where our final boss takes place. So, yeah, don't go into this without being healed up.
Yeah, the boss rush was like the penultimate boss.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully you do have time in between to heal, between Armageddon and then fighting Lord Megadeath. Thankfully. Oh, hey, look. It's a bunch of Vemmon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they're all dead now.
And now they're fusing into Snatchmon. It's a really tall Mewtwo.
Oh, is it Mewtwo?
Is it Mewtwo?
Ah, no wonder Mewtwo Y was more powerful than Arceus. He's actually a Digimon.
I mean, Mega Evolution, it literally just sounds like Digivolutions.
I mean, when Screw Attack did the Pokemon vs. Digimon thing, that's the joke they make where Ty in the video says that Charizard X Digivolved.
Anyway, Snatchmon decided, yeah, you may have created me, but you can go fuck yourself if you think you're going to control me. And he is just going to absorb him. Well, bye, Lord Megadeath.
He turned him into,
God damn it.
He turned him into a Jawbreaker and ate him.
You were the main antagonist of the game for all of 20 minutes. So he was apparently the same thing that we fought back when he was a Vemmon. Remember that? Like months ago? Back in like part 18 or some shit?
Oh?
Yeah.
You know
same
none
guy.
of us remember that.
Yep. Nope.
I don't expect any of that to be remembered. That's so long ago. But guess what? He's gonna fuse with the satellite.
Tell him to stop that.
And then he's going to fuse with the Earth.
I'm trying to think. What year did this game come out again? I forget.
2002.
2002.
Okay. Hold up.
Why do I remember that?
That's a good question.
So yeah, basically the final
down at the
boss
bottom
is this guy here. He's going to fuse into Galacticmon, and we have to fight Galacticmon before he fuses with the Earth, which would basically both make the strongest and biggest Digimon ever, and also kill all humans on the planet.
Damn.
I think we should just let him do it.
Yeah, sure.
You think that we should just let him do it?
Alright, so this is basically just they looked at Sonic Adventure 2 and thought, you know, I really like the part where BioLizard shoved his ass up the arc.
Actually, this
same.
game came out not long after Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
I just realized that.
So this is BioLizard again.
Anyway, this is Galacticmon. He comes in a few phases. Technically,
This is
it's
just a
3.
tail.
Technically, it's 3 phases, but it's really only 2 because one of the phases only lasts 1 turn. Starts with the tail. He has this laser attack, and that's basically it. He's kind of resistant to stuff. Most magic stuff isn't going to really do a whole lot, so you basically want to just use your strongest physical attacks. He also has this move where he can just kind of jab you, and that also does an oddly high amount of damage as well.
He also has a JPEG floating in the background.
Yeah, I mean, they already have like really detailed 3D models for a PS1 game, so it probably would have been really hard for them to render a full third 3D model behind him. And I mean, Galacticmon is fucking huge.
I mean, considering how well they're like, these are actually some well detailed PS1 models. I could see the game shit in the bed if it was more like the DS games where you actually have 3 Digimon out all at once at the same time.
Oh yeah.
That's actually like the Digimon World games didn't change too much from like this style of game. I'd say the biggest change was the battle system made it. It wasn't 1-on-1 anymore. It was like 3-on. Like it wasn't necessarily 3-on-3. I think sometimes you could be attacked by as many as like 6 Digimon at once, but all 3 of your Digimon would be out at the same time.
I was gonna say you're saying you have access to all 3 of your Digimon out at the same time as opposed to just one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can I mention
No.
we have unique boss music and it's pretty sick.
Well, this is the final
You cannot.
boss.
Redact
I
that.
hope. Yeah. Redact that.
Also,
Yeah.
you were talking about earlier we were standing on like light pillars. Now we're not standing on anything.
Literally not standing on anything at all.
You know, I was gonna say, is the tamer supposed to be like, I don't know, maybe riding somewhere on Imperialdramon? Because it's like, where the fuck is he?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Because like, if he became the satellite, that means we're not standing on anything.
Yup.
Our only platform is gone.
Literally just fighting in space.
Which means the tamer is somewhere drifting around.
What if... No, I'm just kidding. I was gonna say, what if this was the precursor to Digimon Frontier and you are the Digimon?
Oh god.
We fused with our Digimon.
Well, I mean, that only really works with something like Galactic, because they actually did do that. I mean, what was his name? I think it was like War Gargamon or something like that. I don't know. The big fucking... I think it's his mega form where he looks like a giant fucking mech with still those goofy ass missiles with the faces on them. I don't know.
But that's the best.
Oh, there it goes.
There we go.
Somebody...
So after we beat the tail, the body...
Oh.
The body shows up, literally does one attack, which is a giant fucking laser called the Ragnarok Cannon. And
Where's Thor?
you don't really have to worry too much about it because it is programmed to bring whatever Digimon you have out down to 1 HP, and then you just move on to the final phase. Galacticmon's head will start the fight by stealing one of your currently out Digimon skills, and he will pretty much use that for the remainder of the fight. It will typically do a lot of damage as well, and he also can counter you while evading your attacks, so he doesn't take damage, but he'll still attack you back and deal a shit ton of damage. He has even more durability than the tail, and he also has another attack that I'll get to in a little bit, because he doesn't start doing it quite yet.
The counterattack is funny because it's the most nonchalant bitch slap I've ever seen.
Oh, we also have another unique battle theme, since this is the final phase. It's kind of uplifting.
Yay.
I mean, like I said, I'd hope they'd have different music for the final boss.
Yeah, but I'm kind of impressed at the fact that they decided to have 2 separate themes, because this is kind of... To me, I don't really consider this like a highly polished game, because, you know, this is a Digimon game that reuses a ton of animations and models from previous games and doesn't have a whole lot of unique stuff going on besides whatever character models that they have. But they somehow went through the effort to give the final boss 2 different themes for its different phases, where some games actually will have multiple phases for a final boss and only have one theme. Like Legend of Dragoon has like way better production than this game, and yet it has 4 phases for the final boss and they all use the same battle theme.
Like...
Anyway, this is the attack that I was talking about. So he like
Ow.
stops attacking you for like a turn or 2, and then he does this incredibly high damage wind-based laser, and it like did like 2,000 damage, and now we're dead.
What am I... I was gonna say something shit. Oh, hi, regular Warcrammon.
Yeah, I've decided to use... I tried to use all of the major megas that I have up to this point from this party in order to try to take them down and give everybody a little bit of spotlight. Also, you mentioned the whole thing about the symbol on Black War Greymon's back not showing up, but they still did it for regular War Greymon, oddly enough.
Oh, I see the bias now.
They just ran out of time to give Black War Greymon his symbol.
Oh. I mean, how many times has a Digimon game like, what is it, hoard themselves out for like the Agumon line?
The time.
A lot.
I mean, Cyber Sleuth's main like story Digimon, as in you can't get rid of these two because they're in the story.
Yep.
Is Agumon and Gabumon. And in next order, one of the two, it's not all of them, but one of the two promotional Digimon on the cover is Agumon and Gabumon.
And bitch slapped.
Like,
Damn.
Agumon's the Pikachu for Digimon, honestly.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He's,
Oh yeah,
It's the only one I typically remember my name, so yeah.
I think I didn't use Grand Quagamon. He is a mega that Vmon has access to, which is actually needed in order to get Imperialdramon fighter mode. But Imperialdramon. No, not Grand Quagamon. I think Grand Quagamon. He gives me access to a different Digimon that I didn't get. But yeah, he gives you access to. Fuck, who was it? Is it? I think it's Diaboromon. Yeah, Diaboromon. You can get access to with like another Digivolution. But Diaboromon.
Yeah. We
Deborah.
We talked.
Deborah from Dragon Ball Z.
We talked about in the recording that was not to be, but like I talked about Inframon. Apparently, Diaboromon is one of the only Digimon you can't actually fight. You have to get.
Yeah, so Diaboromon you have access to with some of the Digimon, in a couple of the Digimon in this game, but you never actually encounter him. He's just one of the Digimon that you can get. But I mean, there's quite a lot of Digimon you have access to that you don't actually fight. They're just ones that you have access to on your own Digimon.
Now
so.
suffer.
But he's one of like the megas that you can get that way. That thankfully did not do a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, he just tanked that shit. I love how the fucking Slat did more damage than the Beam of Doom.
Yeah. Probably because Vmon has like a shit ton of wind resistance. But yeah, apparently he can handle a giant wind laser, but you know, a bitch slap from a giant metal hand? Nah.
Fucking true.
That's because
Those claws are sharp.
That's because it's double damage. It does damage to himself and his pride.
It'd be really cool if you missed.
Oh.
It hurts him on an emotional level.
We just need one more hit. Just one more hit.
No.
I mean, I've already missed plenty of times in this fight.
He's gonna show off now.
You're like a little bit ahead.
No, because we've seen this already. I know what you're gonna do.
Yeah. I decided to do something a little special, and instead of just killing him with any old regular move, I decided to switch to Imperialdramon Dragon mode so we can kill him with the Mega Crusher. And yes, that is the name of the move in this game for some reason.
Cyber Sleuth. Oh, see, Megadeath lives on because in Cyber Sleuth his attack is called Megadeath. Like the only attack Imperialdramon has that keeps its
What if
own
he
name.
evaded
You
that
take my
and
giant
then
laser
shot
this
you?
time, bitch.
The only attack Imperialdramon has that still technically kept its name was Positron Laser.
God.
I think he still would have survived it.
But yeah, Positron Laser is the name of if I had gotten Imperialdramon fighter mode all the way up to, I think it's like level 90 something that he gets it.
Yeah.
In this game, he would have had that.
Yeah, that's his signature attack.
Which is powerful as hell, by the way.
Well, yeah, that's that big gun arm on his right arm.
Oh.
We did it!
Yay!
We beat the giant satellite monster before he could fuse with the Earth and kill everyone.
I sure hope Shadow's okay.
This is what you wanted, Maria, right? This is the promise I made to you. Anyway, credits!
Oh.
We're finally here!
We did it.
After so many parts.
It's over.
This was Digimon World 3. Before the credits end, because they don't take that long, I just want to say this game was okay. It's fun, but if you're trying to do everything, the grind is horrendous. I don't recommend trying to complete this game. I would say definitely try it out. Definitely, if you're a fan of Digimon, play it through to the end. But don't bother trying to, like, complete it. Just pick your favorite Digimon and just run through it, because it is a fun game. But good God, the backtracking and the grinding in this game is so bad. It is the worst I have played in a game ever.
And he's played this game.
I played this game.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Trust me, by Cyber Sleuth, it's like amazing.
Yeah, I've heard Cyber Sleuth is like the best Digimon game, arguably.
Yeah, here's the funny thing. The company that made this game has been making this the Digimon World games since Digimon World 2, and the only one they didn't work on was ironically Cyber Sleuth. So it's like that's actually a brand new team. But funny enough, the old team for some reason got reassigned to Next Order. So it's like apparently when you take them out of their element, they make a really good game. That's weird.
Hey, we got another cutscene. We're back on the street corner. It's like the beginning of the game.
Welcome to Digimon World Part.
Except our name
1.
is still Cloud.
Oh yeah, it was something different.
So yeah, the game does like this little bookends thing where we are going back into Digimon Online after 3 months.
He's waiting for his dealer.
What was that?
He's waiting for his dealer.
God.
Yeah. Needs that wee.
Where are Jay and Silent Bob?
When the characters just stand there for a long period of time, not doing anything, I always make it feel like the game is asking me, "Hey, you're in control now."
I didn't mention this in part 1, but I think it's funny that literally every car in this cutscene is the same exact car.
They can only afford one.
Holy shit.
It's just the same
That's
ones
so
on a loop.
This world isn't real.
Not even the same ones, same one. At least fucking Onett in Smash Brothers Melee has like 4 different cars.
Nah, they
same
could
cars
Cars aren't even changing. That one car's just been idle.
Yeah, the one on the right, it's the same car, it's just not moving.
That poor car the driver's
funny.
probably like 2 hours late for work because this traffic light
Light
will just
never
not
turn
change.
green. Oh my god, there was a motorcycle. It's a different car.
Oh.
Anyway, we're going back into the digital world, and there is a post game. We will be covering that next weekend with a couple. We have like 2 more parts after this one where we do the post game stuff. I basically just
Back to the lab again.
Oh no, messed up. Back to the lab. Okay. Anyway, there is a little bit of a difference though. We are not in Asuka server. We are in the Amaterasu server, except everything's not corrupted anymore.
I actually did like the attempt to actually make it feel like an MMO by actually having different servers.
Yeah. There's technically supposed to be 5 servers, but we only ever visit 2.
And one of them the Americans don't even get.
No,
You get to explore Amaterasu, you just don't get the post-game
you don't get the post-game version of it. The European version has this post-game, but you still visit the Amaterasu server through the rest of the game. This part is exclusive to the European version of the game. There is a couple of different things that we can do. There's the fights against the Amaterasu leaders, because we never did fight them. We just fought the chiefs of the AOA. And there's also the champion, or the master of Digimon Online. But we will get to that in the post game. We only have access to 2 of the sectors, as that lady mentioned. We just have Central and East, but everything is cramped into one. I'll go into more depth on what you have access to and what you don't in the next part. But for old time's sake, let's see that 30-second save time, and let's see how long it took me in-game time to get to this point.
I forgot if I asked.
Alright, wake me up when.
Is this just as bad as some of the other Pokemon games when it came to saving?
This is worse than all of them.
This is worse. This is
worse than all of them combined.
This is worse than Diamond and Pearl by a country mile. And that was the worst one.
That was very much the worst one. Jesus Christ.
190 hours and 1 minute.
Jesus.
Thank you for joining us for the Digimon Let's Play up to this point. We have 2 more parts in store for you. And we will see you next weekend.
Oh.
Why?